I am the president of Alcorn State University, but I'm also a resident of Claiborne County, Mississippi. And I'm here this evening to speak as the president, but remind all of you I live and work in Claiborne County. Alcorn State University was created by an act of the Mississippi State Legislature on May 13, 1871. The institution was created, and I quote, as a seminary of learning, and was originally named Alcorn University of Mississippi in honor of Governor James Alcorn, who was then the governor of the state of Mississippi. Alcorn State University is the oldest land-grant university in the state of Mississippi. I will repeat that. Alcorn State University is the oldest land-grant university in the state of Mississippi, and the oldest historically black land-grant institution in the United States. It was established in 1871 with funds provided through the first Morrill Land Grant Act of 1862. The university is committed to the posture and practice of equal opportunity, access to all qualified students, excellence in all programs and services, and to the success of its students. It strives to maintain a community of learners. The institution sees itself as an academically strong institution that is community-centered and that conducts basic and applied research and public service to meet the needs of the students and other clients, especially the residents of Southwest Mississippi. Alcorn State University is proud of its tradition as the preeminent four-year institution of higher learning in Southwest Mississippi, providing access to higher educational opportunities to the residents of Mississippi, Northeast Louisiana, the nation, and the global community. Alcorn is also pleased to be in Entergy's service area and to a collaborative partner and neighbor of the Grand Gulf Nuclear Power Plant. Contrary to the comments written in the June 12, 2000 issue of the Port Gibson Reveille, we at Alcorn State University of necessity see ourselves as a fit into the Grand Gulf situation. Our commitment is to have our mutual staff involved and engaged in education, training, research, and economic ventures that will support the industry and the university's mission. It is our sincere hope that the statement attributed to Mr. James Randy Dewitt, Vice President of Operations, suggesting, and I quote, there was no mandate including Alcorn State University, is incorrect and or taken out of context. We've had a strong, collaborative, and mutually beneficial relationship with Grand Gulf Nuclear Power Plant through the placement of faculty and students in internships and joint research initiatives. With the growth potential of the nuclear industry and the likelihood of building a new high-temperature, gas-cooled reactor adjacent to the existing Grand Gulf Nuclear Power Plant, it is imperative that Alcorn State University strengthens its partnership with Energy Nuclear by assisting in the recruitment and training of the human capital and serving as a pipeline for trained technical subject area experts to contribute to the production, research, and development of the next generation of nuclear power. There are about 104 commercial nuclear power units in operation in the United States, contributing 20% of the total electricity produced. The nuclear industry has demonstrated a record of reliability and safety. There has not been one death that has been attributed to a commercial nuclear generator. Therefore, the state of Mississippi and Claiborne County are glad to host nuclear generating stations. When Grand Gulf Nuclear Station was first proposed for Claiborne County, the community was promised a great deal of prosperity and economic development. After over 25 years of operation and being in the community, the nuclear station remains a high-tech oasis within a social-economically disadvantaged community, with a limited number of tangible benefits accruing to this community. Energy is capable of making its presence and more pronounced than it has been so far in surrounding communities. Geographically, Alcorn State University is located 12 miles southwind of the Grand Gulf nuclear site. Given the national sense of urgency and emergency preparedness following 9/11, having one of the largest nuclear power facilities as a neighbor demands that we not only consider safeguarding our community from the remote potential of an accidental nuclear-related event, but also threats of terrorist attacks, which is a homeland security issue. In August of 2005, Hurricane Katrina demonstrated the devastating impact of a natural disaster in Gulf Coast communities. Thus, we feel a responsibility at Alcorn to have in place the appropriate facilities, trained personnel, mass notification systems to secure and protect our on and off-campus constituencies if an emergency occurs. While we at Alcorn and the community at large realize and appreciate the good neighbor relationship we have with Energy Nuclear, we are not without concerns as to the long-term economic, educational, and health benefits and risks of this proposed facility. However, it is our position as the regional public university located in Southwest Mississippi to be engaged in the research and development, planning, and implementation of a culturally sensitive and community-focused solutions to actual and perceived problems. Thus, we at Alcorn propose that the Alcorn State University will seek assistance from Energy Nuclear to build an infrastructure to expand its educational, training opportunities, and strengthen its services and outreach capacities to the Claiborne County community. To accomplish these goals, the university will need financial resources in the following areas: in developing and initiating degree programs in nuclear engineering technology, radiation science and technology, and master's and bachelor's degrees in emergency management. Establishment and management of a Grand Gulf Nuclear Site 3 near-site nuclear training research center. Creation of endowed professorships for research in chemistry and physics. The development of a workforce training facility at the ASU campus. We seek assistance from Energy to build and manage a local emergency preparedness and homeland security center, in which we would house an emergency shelter in place, state-of-the-art emergency management training, mass notification systems, and transportation systems in case of an emergency. Assistance in creating a regional economic development partnership. And finally, to perform an in-depth database study for the factors that affect socioeconomic and housing decisions of residents in relocating and living in communities surrounding the Grand Gulf. The anticipated cost of implementing these goals and associated strategies will be approximately $200 million over a 3-year period. This figure represents a request for funding to meet the educational, research, emergency preparedness, community and economic development needs of the university and the Southwest Michigan region. Funding to the university will be leveraged with additional state dollars, federal dollars and private sources for a greater impact and sustained development in our region. I thank you.
Okay, thank you.